The detectives realize, we've got her. This is real. She just handed him $1,200 in a picture of the husband that she wants murdered.
It looks like police telling Dahlia her husband of just 6 months was murdered.
Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, man, he's been killed.
But watch closely, because nothing in this case is what it seems.
Try to calm down.
Turns out police are duping Dahlia. That whole crime scene, it's fake. Police claim Dahlia ordered a hit on her husband and that they have hidden camera video to prove it.
Why rush into the marriage? Why say, okay, your divorce is final, let's run to the courthouse and get married? It clearly wasn't well thought out.
But from all appearances, it was working out. By day, the newlyweds exchanging love notes. A couple of months into the marriage, when strange things start happening.
7 years, I guess, prior, I had no run-ins with the police. I meet Dahlia, and then within 6 months, I'm probably pulled over, had my house searched, and grabbed at every other area in Palm Beach probably 8 times.
The cops say there's a reason they keep pulling him over. They are getting anonymous tips that he's dealing drugs.
And I'm like, well, how's this happening?
Strange things going on in his life and in Dahlia's too. Police say after just 6 months of marriage, she has other men in her life. Men who are helping her with a secret plan to get Mike's money, his condo, and get him out of the way.
For sure. Like I said, the drugs have to be in the car or house. I want you. I'm so horny for you. My life is blah without you. It has been for a long time. Baby, we need to pull this off by the weekend. I hate my life without you. The sooner he gets jammed up, the sooner we can be in Paradise Island, baby. I thought of a way to get him to sign over the house to me.
LOL, so did I.
One of those men is in the front seat of this car.
Your life straight after this, seriously, don't ever do, you know?
And they're not talking about the weather.
Killing somebody, come on. I mean, that's, nobody's going to be able to point a finger at me.
Next, the honeymoon is over.
I was a little surprised. It wasn't like, kill him nicely. It wasn't even like, do it nice, don't hurt him.
Dahlia's alleged scheming is about to become a video sensation.
I'm a lot tougher than what I look. I know you're like, oh, what a cute little girl, whatever. But I'm not.
I could just watch the video over and over. It just is one of those clips that never gets old.
Terry Parker, investigative reporter for WPBF 25 News, covered the story.
So this guy, Muhammad, walks into the Boynton Beach police station and he says, I know a woman who's trying to hire a hitman to kill her husband.
She asked if I knew someone who can kill her husband for her.
The man, Mohammed Shahadi, was recorded as he talked to detectives about his one-time lover, Dahlia DiPolito. He tells police he's speaking out to save the man's life.
Are you scared for the guy? Yes, because she's really, dead serious on getting this done.
It's quite a story, if true, because while he can describe Dahlia,
she's maybe 5'6", 5'7", dark black hair. She's a good-looking girl. Really good-looking girl, actually.
He can't even tell cops her last name or her address.
Well, at the time, we didn't know what to believe. We were kind of, weren't sure what we had.
They had their reservations. They had to say, let's see some proof.
To get proof, the cops make Mohammed a confidential informant. He arranges to meet Dahlia at this gas station. Cops are staked out as their mystery woman arrives.
And she actually stepped out of the car. We were surprised because she didn't look like the type.
She didn't look like a killer, but Detective Alex Moreno says she's about to show her true colors.
Hey, what's up?
She gets into Mohammed's silver Lexus. While you can't quite see them on the hidden camera cops had installed, you can sure hear them talking about a hitman.
This guy's a professional. It's not bull.
Once she gets in the car and she meets up with the informant, we realized that this guy was credible.
His mom is not going to get suspicious of you or anything like that.
Why me? Like, do you know what telling somebody is? Nobody's going to be able to point a finger at me.
She's just talking about it like she's ordering lunch.
Randy Schultz is a columnist for the Sun Sentinel newspaper.
You think, this is just so cold, not really acting like the typical newlywed, shall we say.
Mohammed tells Dahlia the hitman wants $1,200 to buy a gun. She comes prepared. She has a wad of cash in her bag and counts it out and hands it over. And shortly afterward, gives him a photo of Mike.
Wipe my pants off the pictures. Really? You're going to give him something? Fingerprints all over.
And at that moment, the detectives realize, we've got her. This is real. She just handed him $1,200 in a picture of the husband that she wants murdered.
We were shocked how easily she talked about getting her husband killed.
2 days later, the talk turns to action in the CVS parking lot. She's not there to pick up a prescription.
So I came here, I pretty much parked in this exact spot right here.
This is Witty Jean, an undercover police officer.
She parked one to the third space from here.
Police say Dahlia thinks she is meeting an actual hitman in his cherry red convertible.
We're staying in here, right?
All right, yeah. Okay.
He makes his plan crystal clear.
I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna do it and when exactly it's gonna be done.
A burglary gone wrong that leaves Mike dead.
Everybody works in the daytime.
Right.
If he's at work, when he's not at work, then he gets 2 in the head.
The undercover detective, he really wants to nail Dahlia, make sure he's got it on tape and on camera that she is really going to pay him to kill her husband. And he says, are you sure, Dahlia?
Between now and when it's done, you're not gonna have an option to change your mind, even if you change your mind.
No, there's no, I'm determined already. I'm positive, 5,000% sure.
There it is. The press would have a field day with this line. Listen again. She's 5,000% sure.
I'm positive, 5,000% sure. No, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
No, she wasn't just 100% sure. She was 5,000% sure that she wanted her husband killed.
I was a little shocked because I didn't think she was going to be that open.
Dahlia never backs off.
No, I'm not going to, I'm a lot tougher than what I look. I know you're thinking, you're like, oh, what a cute little girl, whatever. But I'm not.
You are. You're beautiful.
Thank you, but, I just need to make sure everything's going to get taken care of.
The not-so-cute little girl agrees to a plan. She will leave the house early Wednesday morning.
I'll be in the house by 6:30 Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock.
Sure enough, she's at this gym around 6 a.m. Wednesday, leaving Mike DiPolito home alone, in bed, still recovering from liposuction from 2 weeks before.
At this point, the police have all the evidence they need. These are experienced officers. You know that you have enough. You have a case. Done. End of story.
Turns out a reality show has come to Boynton Beach.
Got the video?
Yep.
And the timing couldn't be better. They'll be able to film the last part of the police investigation.
Detectives, they were going to stage this fake crime scene.
I hear a banging on the door.
Sorry, yes. Sergeant Sheridan, police department.
The TV show cameras are rolling when police wake up Mike. That's Officer Moreno at the door.
Your wife has hired a person to kill you.
Relax, just relax.
Take it easy. Take a deep breath.
Try to sit down.
The guy was totally in shock that this was going on.
I was very surprised. I was like, because then it hit me like, this is a mess.
They drive him away and transform the street to make it appear they're really investigating Mike's murder. The TV show cops, along with Boynton Beach police, have cameras rolling when a detective calls Dahlia at the gym.
We're at your residence, ma'am. Can you come right back to your residence, please?
She's back in a flash, and now watch carefully. You be the judge of what happens next.
Is your husband Michael? Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, ma'am. He's been killed. He's been killed, ma'am. I'm sorry. Listen. Try to calm down.
We know the cops are acting.
I can't let you see him, ma'am.
What about Dahlia?
I need you to take her to the station.
Amidst all of that tremors and shaking of her body, there wasn't any real tears coming out of her eyes.
The crying, the screaming, the bending over. Meryl Streep, wherever you are tonight, don't worry, you're safe.
They hustled Dahlia off to this interrogation room for questioning. Another recorded moment.
Are you sure that you don't know anybody who want to kill your husband? You wouldn't want to kill him, I hope. Not at all.
It's almost like something out of Law and Order.
There's no more games with you and I. Now we're going to get down to serious business. I want to know if you know this guy. Come here.
They bring in Officer Witty Jean, the supposed hitman from the car.
Get over here. You know who this guy is?
No.
You've never seen him before?
I've never seen him before.
She just stared at him. She said she didn't know him.
And then call it a resurrection.
Oh my God.
He's alive.
Police have another surprise for Dahlia DiPolito.
Here, please. Come here. Mike, come here.
She sees her husband, and he's alive.
Mike, come here, please.
What? You're alive? I love that moment, and I'm sure a jury will too.
You're going to jail today for solicitation of murder. You're under arrest.
I didn't do anything.
Did you hear what I just told you?
In a nutshell, here's what police say happened. They say that they were approached by someone who is believed to be a former lover of Dalia DiPolito. By the way, not the same alleged lover who she's sending text messages with, a different guy. He calls police. He says a friend of his wants to have her husband killed. So police set up a sting. What they do is they tell this guy to go meet with her again. They wire him, so they have this all on tape. She gives the guy $1,200, supposedly so this hitman he's going to procure can buy a gun. Later, she meets with the person she thinks is the hitman. Of course, it's actually an undercover Boynton Beach police officer. But here's the really interesting part of it. A few days later, they tell her, the hitman tells her the hit is going to go down. She agrees to get herself out of the house. The police actually get the husband out of the house too. They tell him what's going on, and they actually set up a sting. They made the house look like a crime scene. When Dalia DiPolito gets home from the gym, they tell her that her husband has been murdered. She breaks down in hysterics. You see it there on tape, crying, just beside herself with grief at the fact that her husband has now been killed. However, now she is charged with solicitation to commit murder.
By the time you get back from the gym, you're going to find two things. A dead body in the house, all right, or nothing.
Just released, nearly 50 pages of graphic text messages prosecutors say were exchanged between accused murder-for-hire bride Dalia DiPolito and her alleged lover.
LOL. Nice. You're great. Thanks for everything. So do you approve of my boobs?
Need another look and touch. LOL. Ah, yes.
They look awesome, don't they? I love them, and now they're all yours.
The steamy messages taking place just days before she's set up by police.
I want to feel you in me.
Ouch!
What, LOL? Are you speechless? Do you want my hot, tight body all over you? I miss you kissing me. It was amazing. Love you so much. I'm so horny for you. Want you in me, baby.
Ouch, ouch. Love me, want me, and in you in the same sentence. Wow.
Police say hundreds of intimate exchanges with her alleged secret lover were sent in the days leading up to a botched murder-for-hire hit on her new husband.
What were you thinking when you saw me naked? Be honest.
And this is really happening? You shocked me.
In the text, DiPolito allegedly tells her secret lover she needs a way to get rid of her husband, proposing freezing his assets and having him arrested.
Baby, we need to make this happen with his arrest by the weekend. I need to be with you. Hate being away from you. You could call the Treasury Department and pretend to be him and pay them using his checking account number and wipe him clean.
Only problem?
You're going to jail for solicitation of first-degree murder of your husband.
What you said was beautiful. I started crying. You're the man of my dreams, my Prince Charming.
You still don't know how much I love you. Promise. I swear. Give me a chance.
I think now we're closer than ever. Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree. We're better. Maybe it had to happen. I'm sorry.
Me too. Real sorry. You're my everything. Forever. I love you. Think about how we can pull this off, and we'll strategize tomorrow. Do you think we can handle it this week?
As long as we come up with something, sure. That would be awesome.
I love you. Together we can do anything. We just need to be smart. I need to make sure he does serious time. Ask them if they would freeze his account. He has over 100,000.
Okay.
202-622-2000, Department of Treasury.
Is the bank account in his name?
In the company name, Mad Media, but he's the account holder, Bank of America.
Just to refresh the viewer, we've got one guy she already knew, and she calls him up and says, I want to kill my husband, or something like that. He goes to the cops. The cops set her up, and then there's this thing. Now, this is a whole new guy named Michael Stanley, the one she's texting. Who is Michael Stanley? Where did he come from all of a sudden?
Not precisely sure, but someone she had been previously involved in. He has, possibly in California, possibly in New Jersey. She had lived in California, or possibly someone she knew from her business as a professional escort.
Oh my God!
Here's why.